In early 2026, headlines screamed, "The Great Cheese Panic." It began quietly. Whole Foods cheese section thinned, restaurants dropped poutine, and by March, shelves were bare. The cause? A sweeping ban on all Canadian dairy imports, enacted under former President Trump's America First trade doctrine. The policy, meant to protect American farmers, instead triggered a nationwide crisis, exposing the fragility of our food system. This wasn't a natural disaster, it was a man-made problem born from political ideology that ignored the realities of global trade. Suddenly, consumers faced empty shelves and missing favorites: aged cheddar, creamy oca, tangy goat cheese, all gone. The ban didn't just affect cheese. Key ingredients for processed foods, like milk protein concentrate, vanished, causing production delays and price hikes. The promise to strengthen American industry backfired, creating bottlenecks and shortages that hurt businesses and families alike. The Great Cheese Panic became a lesson in food politics. A single policy can disrupt daily life in ways few expect. It wasn't just about cheese, it was about misunderstanding how food gets to our plates. The empty shelves were a stark symbol of a policy that promised prosperity but delivered scarcity. America learned the hard way. Even something as simple as cheese isn't guaranteed. The ban was rooted in a bold claim: we don't need Canadian dairy. American farmers can do it all. The message resonated, promising a surge in demand for U.S. dairy and a win for American workers. But this rhetoric ignored the reality. The U.S. and Canada have a deeply integrated dairy market. Canada supplies unique products, aged cheddars, artisanal cheeses, milk protein concentrates, that American producers don't make at scale. The U.S. dairy industry is built for volume, not for the specialty products Canadians excel at. The idea that American farmers could instantly replace Canadian imports was a fantasy. The ban treated dairy as a simple commodity, overlooking years of expertise and specialization. In truth, the U.S.-Canada dairy relationship was mutually beneficial, giving consumers more choice and manufacturers essential ingredients. The claim that we don't need Canadian dairy was a fundamental misreading of economic reality. That misunderstanding set the stage for the crisis. When the ban hit, many wondered, why can't American farmers just make more cheese? Dairy farming doesn't work that way. Expanding herds takes years. Cows need to mature, breed, and produce milk. The ban created an immediate shortfall, but the solution was years away. It wasn't just about quantity, but quality. Specialty cheeses require specific milk types and skilled artisans. American farms, optimized for fluid milk and commodity cheese, couldn't replicate Canadian specialties overnight. Building new facilities, training cheesemakers, and perfecting recipes is a massive, risky investment. With no guarantee the ban would last, few were willing to take the plunge. The market demanded a quick fix, but agriculture moved slowly. The result? A gap no one could fill in time. The crisis wasn't just about less cheese, it was about losing irreplaceable flavors and traditions. Canadian cheeses like Oka, with its creamy, nutty profile, had no American equivalent. Aged Canadian cheddars, famous for their sharpness and complexity, vanished, leaving only milder domestic options. Goat and sheep cheeses from Quebec, prized for their tang and texture, became rare luxuries. American producers couldn't meet the sudden demand. Their supply chains were already stretched. The ban erased a whole chapter of culinary diversity from American tables. Cheese isn't just a commodity, it's a story of place, people, and tradition. Losing Canadian cheese meant losing a piece of another culture's heritage. For many, it was a personal loss that statistics couldn't capture. The void left behind was deeper than anyone expected. The ban's impact hit grocery stores first. Cheese cases emptied, and prices soared. Retailers who prided themselves on variety couldn't deliver. Cheese aficionados were the first to complain. Scarcity drove up prices for all specialty cheeses, not just Canadian ones. Small American cheesemakers couldn't ramp up production overnight, so demand outstripped supply. Restaurants suffered too. Signature dishes like poutine disappeared or became pale imitations. Chefs scrambled for substitutes, but nothing matched the originals. Families felt it at home. Favorite cheddars and yogurts vanished, replaced by pricier, less flavorful options. Even processed foods saw price hikes as manufacturers paid more for alternative ingredients. The ban, meant to help the economy, became a hidden tax on families. Choices shrank, costs rose, and the effects rippled through daily life. A distant political decision had landed squarely on America's dinner tables. The ban exposed the rigidity of modern supply chains. These systems are built for efficiency, not sudden shocks. Distributors lost access to Canadian products overnight. Their trucks and warehouses sat idle. American manufacturers, reliant on Canadian ingredients, faced costly delays and recipe overhauls. Finding new suppliers wasn't quick or easy. Quality checks and reformulations took months. U.S. processors had no spare capacity. Building new plants was too risky and expensive. The uncertainty of the ban kept companies from investing in solutions. The supply chain wasn't flexible. It was a pipeline, and the ban blew a hole in it. Decades of integration had made the system efficient but vulnerable to disruption. The empty shelves weren't a sign of weakness, but proof of how deeply connected our food systems had become. The Great Cheese Panic of 2026 is a cautionary tale about the dangers of simplistic trade policies. The ban, meant to boost American dairy, delivered empty shelves, higher prices, and widespread frustration. It hurt consumers, restaurants, and manufacturers. Everyone paid the price. In a globalized world, no nation's food system stands alone. The US-Canada dairy market took decades to build. Dismantling it caused chaos. Trade isn't a weapon. It's a partnership that benefits both sides. True food security comes from resilient, diverse, and cooperative supply chains, not isolation. Protectionism's hidden costs hit hardest at the dinner table, especially for lower-income families and small businesses. The ban didn't create a boom for American farmers, it created uncertainty and risk. The lesson: our food system is intricate and interconnected. Disrupting it for politics can grind everything to a halt. Prosperity comes from understanding and cooperation, not slogans and walls.